really wasn't expecting this one at all. Like, yeah, and also, you know, I understand why the name of this award has changed, but I really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do. I really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do.
I really love being a woman. I really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do.
All right, guys. So when I ran across this story, I absolutely could not believe that this is happening in 2022. But then when I thought about it, I said, well, I guess I can believe it's happening in 2022, right? And this story is part of the reason why I want to be one of the first people to get on the Elon Musk rocket ship to Mars, okay? Because at least I know that Elon Musk is not woke, and hopefully the Musk colony on Mars is not woke, okay? We can start over and do this thing right, okay? We can do it right. We can leave all the woke revolutionaries here on Earth, and they can, you know, do whatever, right? But, bruh, I told you guys, I'm not really a Hollywood person. I'm not into Hollywood. I'm not into celebrities. I'm not really into all that stuff. But I do know who Adele is, okay? I don't listen to her music, but I know who she is. And Adele is currently being slammed for making a controversial statement while accepting a gender-neutral award, okay? The controversial statement that she made was she loves being a woman. Yes, in 2022, declaring that you love being a woman apparently is controversial. So controversial that she's been accused of being transphobic for declaring that she loves being a woman. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm this is insane. But before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know, if you like what I do, if you like my channel, if you want to support, the links are in the description below. Okay, you can support the Patreon, you can support the PayPal, you can support the merch. There are multiple ways to support if you would like to support. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys who have supported me thus far. It truly means everything to me, especially during this time of increased YouTube censorship. So without further ado, let's get into this story, because this right here really blows my mind, okay? Adele is being accused of transphobia for declaring at a woke gender-neutral award show that she loves being a woman. The Rolling in the Deep singer made the remark at Tuesday's Brit Awards as she collected the prize for Artist of the Year, a newly created category merging the old Best Male and Best Female Artist Awards. Okay, so this award show is so woke that they decided to create a gender-neutral award, okay, for progressivism, okay, in the name of wokeness, okay? And apparently Adele wasn't having it, okay? She wasn't having it. As she says, quote, "I understand why the name of this award has changed, but I really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do," she said to huge cheers. Quote, "I'm really proud of us. I really, really am," she said. Okay, listen, the progressives who claim to be feminists, what's wrong with this? Right? What's wrong with this? I don't see what the problem is here. Okay, I don't see what the problem is. Feminists and so-called progressives who claim, you know, they support women and that they're pro-women's rights and pro-women's empowerment, they should be all for this, right? Allegedly sexist conservative men like me, I'm for this, okay? I am for this. I'm all for, you know, female singers saying, hey, I'm proud to be a woman. I love womanhood, right? Embracing their femininity, okay? I'm all for that, okay? I'm all for that. Right? But apparently, some of the wokest among us are not for that, okay? But they claim to be for women's rights. Despite support from the audience in London's huge O2 Arena, her comments quickly sparked outrage online, making her the latest high-profile figure accused of being a TERF, a trans exclusionary radical feminist. Bruh, oh my God. I think that's the same thing that they accused J.K. Rowling of being, okay, for speaking out on certain issues. right? But hey, you know what? I'm not even surprised because these are probably some of the same folks that accuse Adele of being fat phobic for losing weight, right? When she lost weight because she wants to live a healthier, longer life. It makes her feel better. She looks better. Oh yeah, you're fat phobic, right? She got accused of being fat phobic for losing weight. The insanity never comes to an end. It is truly incredible stuff. I'm telling you. Quote, please, no, Adele can't be a TERF. A staunch feminist performer named Jacob told his thousands of Twitter followers. Who would have thought Adele was a transphobe and would use her platform to call for the destruction of the trans community, especially the confused teenagers? Another longtime Twitter user posted. Bruh. This person really said, Adele saying that I'm proud to be a woman is calling for the destruction of the trans community. Bruh, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done. Bruh, I'm done with politics. I'm done with politics. I'm done. Because everything woke turns to ish, okay? I'm telling you. Everything woke, right? This is proof. This is proof, okay? If you say that you're proud to be a woman, you're a biological woman. You're a transphobe, okay? You're calling for the destruction of the trans community, okay? But if you are a biological male and you say, I'm proud to be a woman, right? Then that is progressivism, right? That is to be celebrated, okay? And if you speak out against that, if you say, hey, you know what? I'm not sure if it's right for, biological men to be out here, taking the roles of women, okay? And competing against women in sports and stuff like that. You're a transphobe, okay? You're a bigot, okay? Guys, I mean, this stuff is absolutely incredible. Others complained that they had lost a lot of respect for Adele and would no longer spend a cent on her music. The Times of London noted. Okay, so there they try to cancel Adele, right? They say, hey, I ain't buying your music no more because you made the controversial statement of loving to be a woman. And see, people criticize conservatives when conservatives say, some of this stuff that we're saying, right? There's an argument to be made that the agenda could eventually, replace the role of women, right? Replace the traditional woman. And it's stuff like this that really kind of supports this argument, okay? Because a biological woman can't say that she loves being a woman without being accused of being transphobic. It's absolutely insane. It's nuts, right? It's nuts. The attacks led many to spring to the 33-year-old star's defense. Quote, thank you, Adele. Just thank you for speaking the two words being vilified woman, female, tweeted author and refugees campaigner on Jolly Roth. Author and media consultant James Simons also said she didn't know whether to cry or to scream at the latest attacks. I don't either, bro. I'm sitting here and I'm reading this stuff that people are saying and I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't get it. How there are people out there that are literally accusing this woman of being a transphobe for saying that she likes being a woman. It's insane to me. Okay? A decade ago, if someone had said a woman would be criticized for the thought crime of saying she liked being a woman, I would have laughed at such a ludicrous suggestion. Now it is happening, she wrote. In an op-ed in The Spectacle, teacher Debbie Hayden said that Adele risks joining the group of talented women like Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, who have been pursued and persecuted mercilessly simply for standing up for their sex. Again, these people on the left, bro, a lot of these people, they're not pro women's rights. I'm just being real. They're not. Okay? They're not. Because when they stand up for themselves, right, and specifically stand up for not being replaced by biological men, they're accused of bigotry, right? They're shunned, they're canceled for simply wanting to stand up for their sex. It's insane. Quote, Adele's message to women and girls was inspirational. Here was a woman who has sold tens of millions of albums telling the world she was proud to be a woman. That's something to celebrate, not condemn, she wrote. The teacher said that girls need role models, and last night Adele stepped up to the plate. For that, she deserved applause even greater than the adulation she received for her music. Yeah, I agree. Adele should be celebrated for saying something as radical as I love being a woman. Okay. Yeah, she should be celebrated for that. Okay, but only in 2022. Okay, because 20 years ago, or maybe even 10 years ago, this was not a radical thing to say. Now in 2022, it is radical as a biological woman to declare that you love being a woman. So I want you guys to understand that next time, you ask yourself, you're thinking about who's really on the side of women's rights. Okay, are conservatives, the sexists that people claim that they are, right? Are they really against women's rights, or is the so-called progressives the ones you really need to be looking at that are against the advancement and progress of women? I'm just saying. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.